Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. So, going into this episode, well, so, Willow and Michael are going to get married. So they, go to the Metro Court and they see Sonny and Carly and they tell them the news. And Sonny's like, hey, Michael, I need to kind of just speak to you in the other room. And Willow talks to Carly, and they both say the same thing. Um, Carly and Sonny, they're both like, listen, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to sit there and be in a loveless marriage for the rest of your life? This is forever. This isn't temporary. This is literally forever. They both give the same answer. They're doing it for Wiley. It's for Wiley's safety, and they love Wiley, and that's what matters. So that's all the talk that they're gonna need. And on the other side, you know what? Yeah, let's do it that way. So on the other side of town, at the Floating Rib, you have Lucy, and you have Sasha. Sasha is sitting there with an ice pack on her nose, and she's getting annoyed because she's like, this is annoying and this is cold. And Lucy's like, listen, I get it, hold on. Lucy's like, I get it, it's no fun being a town pariah or the town tramp. And Sasha's like, yo, is that what everyone sits there and thinks? Is that what everyone calling me in town? And Lucy's like, oh, well, I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, I've had my fair share of cheating on my significant other too. And, I've hurt Doc pretty badly. But, we're still friends, so it still worked out. So, and I'm just sitting there thinking, Lucy, was that your pep talk? Was you're supposed to be her shining example of how things can just turn around? Because I got to be honest with you, I don't even know where to begin on what's wrong with that sentence. Little quick backstory. This is when a show called Port Charles was on. Lucy cheated on Kevin twice, that I can remember. She cheated on Kevin with a guy named Jack. Tells you exactly how far back I go. And she cheated on Kevin again with Scott Baldwin. So you're not exactly the best shining example. And yes, I know that sometimes just because one person cheats on somebody once doesn't mean they're gonna keep cheating. But you know what they say: once a cheater, always a cheater. And to be honest, you're not helping that stereotype. So while that's going on, now, after because this is playing from yesterday, when Nell overheard Brooklyn's big mouth that Julian was the one that tampered with the brakes that caused the accident with Brad and Lucas, and he knew about the baby switch and kept it to himself. Yeah, Nell knows all that. And Nell walks over and starts to poke and prattle with Sasha because she got, actually, tell you the truth, I don't even know why she even did that for her. But yeah, she went over there and she did that. And Lucy gets a phone call saying that they need somebody to initiate the wedding really fast. And then Lucy's like, listen, by the way, Willow and Michael are getting married. And Nell's like, no, they can't do that. Okay. And then Lucy's all like, well, he's the prominent, he has 3 prominent families. It's going to look great in court, and you're going to be screwed now. And then she says her usual ta and walks off. And Nell storms over to her lawyer, literally like stopping her feet like a 12-year-old child. It's like, Marty, you need to do something. And Martin Gray's like, listen, I can't stop them from being married, and I can't just conjure up a husband. And Nell's like, oh man, you're a genius. So yeah, they're gonna get married, and they're gonna get married at the Quartermains. And Jocelyn's there. In the beginning of the episode, I know I'm going back and forth, but just follow me for a minute. In the beginning of the episode, Ned is sitting there talking on the phone about how his deal with Murtark or something is still in the toilets, and Monica comes in with a sling on her arm. What is this actress doing? By the way, what is she doing? 1 minute she had something with her foot, next is arm. What is going on? I'm glad that she came in and it didn't have a stand-in, because the last stand-in was well, she sucked. But Monica's like, all right, my phone is blowing up. Like, Brooklyn is at the PCPD, like arrested. And Ned's like, yeah, and Ned's like, yeah, I know. And I left her there. And Monica's like, listen, tough love is one thing, but just be aware that it has consequences. And it surely does have consequences, because he is not upset when Julian and Brooklyn show up at the house, because Julian got a call from his son. He was upset, something that Ned did. And so Julian walks in, he's like, yo, what's going on? And Ned is like, what are you doing with Julian? And it turns out it was nothing. So Julian goes upstairs to see his son. And Ned is like, just, getting on Brooklyn's case about why are you hanging out with, why are you hanging out with Julian? And you should be hanging out with Julian. And Brooklyn's like, listen, Julian was the only person that picked me up from jail when I called everyone else. And you hung up the phone on me. So, like, what do you want me to do? And, that's when Jocelyn comes to the house, tells Monica, listen, Michael's gonna get married. And, Ned is all like, oh, that's a bad idea, just doing this. And, I don't know, he is a little, like, he doesn't think it's a good idea. But, in the beginning, he's on the phone. And Monica is all like, oh, well, listen, I want to sit there and thank you for helping out Michael and stuff, because he's dealing with Ned. He's dealing with Nell in a custody hearing. And Ned is like, oh, well, this is what family's for. I'm just helping out. Mind you, and let me just recap people for that don't remember, Ned also, Ned is planning on booting Michael out of the CEO spot. He was on the phone a couple months ago, or about nearly 6 months ago, and he said to somebody that, listen, I'm returning back to ELQ as CEO, and it's going to be permanent. So unless they actually plan on having 2 CEOs there, he is booting Michael out of that CEO position. So when he said to Monica, oh yeah, I'm just helping him out, I'm just helping out Michael, that's what family's for. It's like, nah, bro, you're helping out yourself. So, yeah, everyone is gathered for this whole wedding thing. Outside, well, not outside, but like in the entrance way, they got Michael and Willow sitting there talking, and Michael gives, Willow Lila's ring that Edward gave to Lila when they got married. And, man, I don't know, it takes me back a little bit. It wasn't, I guess it was a little sad, because I actually still do remember that actress, but yeah, he was there talking about, when Edward gave Lila the ring, and such, Willow was like, I don't know if I can take this, it's so important and stuff like that. And, Michael says something and she winds up taking it. Yeah, this honestly, tell you the truth, this episode, let me just double check. Oh! You know what, I'm just gonna do this on camera. I was gonna pause it, but I'm hungry, and yeah. So, Trina. I can't speak for anyone else, but I gotta sit there and say, I'm really getting tired of Trina's temper tantrums. Okay, her bratty behavior is getting on my last nerves. I am trying not to curse, and I gotta be honest with you, Trina is not helping. And Portia, okay, so Okay, let me just set up the scene real quick. So they're at the hospital. Let me pause this for a minute. Sorry about that. I thought I can actually talk and chew at the same time, and clearly I can't. So they're at the hospital. You got Trina and you got Portia there, and they're talking for a little bit. Cyrus walks in, and this is from yesterday. Trina walks all up and is all like, "You did this, you did that," and Cyrus is just playing it cool. He's just like, "Yo, listen, I'm gonna let this girl talk," and he's just being kind of funny, but it's like, "Yeah, listen, I'm sorry about what happened to your dad. It's such a tragic accident. These things, you just never be too careful these days, pretty much." And so, Trina is mouthing off, and Curtis walks up. Curtis and Jordan are walking. They're in the hospital, and Curtis and Jordan are walking in, and they see it. Curtis walks up, and he was like, "Stay away from Trina." Mind you, Trina was the person that walked up to Cyrus in the first place. But okay, sure. You wanna play Macho Man? Fine. And he's all like, Curtis is all like, "Oh, you stay away from my family. You stay away from this person. You stay away from that person. Blah 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 blah." And Cyrus like, "I don't even know who you are." And Curtis like, damn well you know who I am. So they go back and forth a little bit, and Curtis gets a little heated, and he starts to get closer to Cyrus, and Jordan's like, "All right, because she's like, yo, listen, you're gonna do something that's gonna screw everyone up, literally." So Jordan takes Cyrus to, I don't know, another corner in the hospital, and they start talking for a little bit. And here's the thing, Cyrus does a lot of double talk. He does a lot of double talk. He'll say one thing and mean something completely different. So they talk for a little bit, nothing really major. Just about how Jordan, it's like, "Listen, I just want to thank you for exonerating me and just, helping me out and just, being there to serve one of the poor, serve us and serve me or whatever." Just a lot of double talk or whatever. And then Curtis walks up, and Curtis walks up, and Cyrus leaves, and then they just stand there. And then Curtis and Jordan walk back to see Trina or whatever, and Trina is just, here's the thing, she is going off. First of all, she was going off on, Curtis for a while, and this one when Jordan came back. No, never mind. Curtis wasn't there. Cyrus just walked off after they talked whatever for a little bit, and Curtis went back to go and check on Trina for who knows what reason. And Curtis and Trina is just going off. Trina is just literally going off on Curtis, and mother of the year. I don't understand these poor Charles moms. They let their kids do whatever the hell they want right in front of them, and they say little and do nothing to practically stop them. I.e., Alexis, and between Christina and Sam. So Trina is just going off on Curtis, and Portia's just like, "Listen, it's not his fault. He was just listening to your dad and stuff like that, and it's just back and forth, and it's like she's not doing anything to she's not putting her own daughter in her place. She's not being an adult about this and not taking control." And so Trina is just going off on him, and then Jordan walks up, and then she goes off on Jordan, and Portia does little to stop it, and says not, she's just not trying to keep her damn daughter under control. And so what the hell happened? Trina is all like, "Oh well, you're no better than Cyrus or whatever," to both of them, and Portia does nothing. I don't understand. And at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of just looking at my phone because I clocked out. I'm pretty much done with bratty ass Trina. I'm done. I'm just fucking done. And I try not to curse, but that little girl just so yeah, that happened. And so Portia and Trina walks off, and Curtis and Jordan just standing there. And Cyrus walks, I guess he's walking back or whatever, and he's about to leave or whatever. And Curtis is all like, "Oh, visiting hours are over." I'm like, "All right, bro, relax." And they talk a little bit more, Curtis, Jordan, and Cyrus. And then Cyrus just he doesn't flat out threatens TJ, but he's like, "Oh, your son works at the hospital, right? TJ, right? He works at the hospital." And Curtis is just like, "Well, if he does, it's none of your business." Yeah, okay. And so at that point, I think, Cyrus is just like, "All right, you know what? I got my point across." And he walks off, and then, Jordan is worried, and Curtis is just kind of standing there trying to act like a tough guy or whatever. It was like, "All right, bro, whatever." So, towards the end of this episode, Michael and Nell get married. And they have the wedding or whatever. Lucy officiates the wedding. They say their vows, they kiss or whatever, and it's just this weird look on Willow's face, like when they kissed or whatever. When they kissed, it just kind of seemed like Willow kind of enjoyed that kiss a little bit. I wouldn't sit there and say a little bit too much, but like for somebody who just got like cheated on, she kind of enjoyed that kiss a little bit too much. And Michael just kind of stand there, just smiling, whatever, like, "Oh, we cool, we kissed, we got married, yay, we good friends." And Willow just kind of has that look like, yeah. So, yeah, honestly, tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie, there really wasn't that much of this episode. Trina was annoying, she's also ungrateful. I forgot to sit there and mention that. And I mentioned a couple other curse words I'm not gonna put in there. But, yeah, so that's pretty much what wound up happening. Also, before I go, that's when Nell gets the idea from Martin Gray, because I don't know if I said this, but Martin was sitting there saying something along the lines of, "I can't just drudge up a husband for you, like I can't stop the wedding and I can't drudge up a husband for you." And Nell's like, "Oh, cool, thanks, you're really smart." So Nell makes a beeline to Charlie and bangs on the door, and Julian's like, "I told you we're closed." And that's when Nell's like, "No, trust me, you're going to hear this." So, just to kind of spoil it a little bit, but it's not really so much of a spoiler. Since Nell knows Julian's two dirty little secrets, Nell's going to use that to blackmail Julian into either marrying him, and, I'm assuming it's going to be him marrying, her marrying him. And that was pretty much about it. That was pretty much the, episode. They got married. Willow and, Michael got married. Oh, and, i.e., for whatever odd reason, towards the end, like literally the last 15 minutes, you see Chase is just hanging out there, still at the docks, and, Sasha walks up and sees them, and Sasha's like, "Listen, just to let you know, surprise, surprise, Willow and Michael got married, and they're sitting up there drinking at the bar or whatever." And they're just sitting up there drinking whatever, and Chase is like, "Yo, when'd you find out?" And Willow pretty much says that Nell overheard, and so Sasha calls. Sasha's like, "Oh, we gotta warn them." And Chase is like, "Yo, who would actually pick up the phone?" And Sasha calls Carly and is like, "Listen, Nell knows about the marriage, and just a heads up." And yeah, so at the end of the episode, you got Chase and Sasha just standing there, just sitting there, drinking beer, whatever. And Sasha tells some sort of convoluted story about Charles Dickerson, and yeah. So honestly, tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie, their team was almost kind of pointless, except for warning Carly. But they just stand there, miserable, sad, and heartbroken, and that's pretty much how the whole thing ends. So yeah, that was pretty much the episode today. Sorry it came out so late. I know I did get home on time, but it was so much shit that I had to do and get through before I did this review. And I'm not gonna lie, this is actually my second take. I kind of screwed up on the first one. And so yeah, that's pretty much the episode. I mean the recap of it. Tomorrow I'm actually gonna try to do it a lot earlier since I am gonna be home. I'm gonna be working from home. I can actually catch the episode. So you know, comes from that 3 and there's no interruptions. I can put out my review a little bit after that. Start my review at 4 and go from there. So thank you for watching. Be safe, be merry, all that good stuff. And thanks for the thumbs up. Any comments and stuff like that. I love reading comments. So have a good day, good night, depending on when you're watching this. Most likely tomorrow. Again, apologies for the tardiness of the video, but yeah, going forward it's probably going to be a lot more smoother since I'm going to be getting out of work earlier. So be safe, and I will catch you in the next recap.